Hello, so it's been 10 years since Joey Sturgis Tones started making plugins, and they kindly invited me to do a video on one of their plugins, and I chose this one. This is Howard Benson Vocal Multiplier. It's a really cool plugin, actually, and it just serves such a simple purpose, that being to give your vocals a doubler. A double effect, a second vocal, multiple vocals. That's what it does. But it does a little bit more than that. And that's what I want to show you in this video. So I'm going to take you through it. I'm going to try and make it as quick as possible. I'm going to show you what it does and give you a little bit of a demo at the same time. So here it comes. Now, I want to run through this as quickly as possible because the whole point of this plugin is it is very fast. So you can just throw it up, you can start twiddling the knobs, and you can get some really good results really, really quickly. And that's what I found was the most special, most useful thing about this. So firstly, there are two ways that you can actually set this up. So you can either have it on an aux or you can have it directly on the channel. So in this case, I'm going to have it on an aux. And the important thing to bear in mind about this is this little function here, which is the mute input. So if you have it directly on an insert, you wouldn't mute the input because it means that you're going to be running both the original sound of the vocal and the effect at the same time. So then what you'll do is you'll adjust the level of it here to see how much of the effect you want to have in there. Now, because I'm running it as an aux, I'm going to mute the input. So we're just going to be having the effect on the aux itself. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up the volume of the plugin. So we're going to go up to about 88%. That's okay. So I'm going to run through the controls so you get an idea of what it does. But the whole point of this is it's a vocal multiplier. So if you have like a single vocal and you want to create a double, this is where this really comes in handy. And then taking that one step further, maybe it's not just a double that you're looking for. Maybe you're just wanting a little bit more thickness to the vocal. Maybe you're wanting a little bit more space around a vocal. Well, that is what this does really, really well. So first part of this is the voice generation. So you have this little XY pad, which you can just have a tweak, and you can either go up like this, and then you're increasing the number of voices. And on the bottom, we've got a stereo width. So it's set at 100% to start off with, or you can have it all the way to 0, which basically monos it, or 200%, which really spreads things out to the side. So let's just have a quick listen to that very quickly, and you'll get an idea of what it does.
Please don't let me go, I feel it, it's taking me, I'm burning up inside, I'm paralyzed to think. Please don't let me go, I feel it, it's taking me, I'm burning up inside.
See how the difference of the voices makes a huge difference anyway, or the addition of the voices makes a huge difference. But when you play with the width, that really changes the sound and completely changes the space that's around a vocal.
Please don't let me go, I feel it, it's taking me, I'm burning up.
So what I find having it on 0, it's a really good way of keeping it mono, but making it sound like that you have doubled the voice and you've got multiple voices on there and they're all going right down the middle there. So we're going to just have a little bit of that and a little bit less of that. And then over here, this is where you can adjust the actual doubles themselves. So this is all part of a pitch modulation. So you can go really crazy on that and just increase the depth and increase the actual rate of the modulation. Let's just have a look at that.
Please don't let me go, I feel it, it's taking me, I'm burning.
As you'll notice, it is detuning the voice, but that's the whole point of it. When you're doing a vocal double, it's usually multiple vocals. That's the whole point. It's a double-tracked vocal, and they don't sound exactly the same. So there are going to be imperfections, and that's how you get the double-in effect. And then you've got the timing. So if you want to keep it really close to the timings, it's going to be like a really, really tight double. Then you're going to have it all the way to the left here. Or if you want to increase the timing, then it basically pushes that vocal away. So it makes it sound looser, which, depending on what you're going for, can be a better and desired effect. Let's just have a listen to that.
Please don't let me go, I feel it, it's taking me, I'm burning up inside, I'm paralyzed to...
Cool, so I'm going to go with that for now. You can also adjust the actual tone of it. So if you want some, this is essentially an EQ. If you want some more low end, if you want some more high end, you can adjust that there. So let's have a little listen.
Please don't let me go, I feel it, it's taking me, I'm burning up inside, I'm paralyzed to think. Please don't let me go, I feel it, it's taking me.
Most of the time, I kind of like it where it is, but I'll show you some other things you can do with the EQ in a second. You've also got this low octave, which is, as you can imagine, it's creating an octave below your note, which is pretty fun.
Please don't let me go, I feel it, it's taking me, I'm burning up inside, I'm paralyzed.
That's definitely kind of fun. It's not quite working for what I want to do on this particular vocal, but it could be really good, especially if you've got screaming vocals and you just want to have a little bit of extra weight and a little bit of extra dirt underneath. That's really, really useful. The other thing here is the filter. So I find this is really handy because it helps to sit that double track vocal in a slightly different place. So I don't want to always have all the high end because that's when you can hear all of the S's and you can often need to DS or even high pass some of those vocals anyway. So it's nice to have this feature in there so you can adjust it before it gets any further and you don't have to insert other plugins. So let's have a little play with that.
Please don't let me go, I feel it, it's taking me, I'm burning up inside, I'm paralyzed to think.
There we go. So we're getting just that little bit more mid-range. That's what I like in a double. I like it to not just sound like a double track vocal, but I kind of want to affect it a little bit as well and just make that sound a little bit more interesting. So let's move on to the post-processing part. This is where it gets really cool. So vocal density is essentially it's a step further with the voices. So we've already chosen the number of voices, if you like, that we're wanting in the sound, but now it's it's like the thickness of those voices. It's almost like the timbre of the voices. So if we start with dramatic, you'll really start to hear what that's doing. And you can bring in however much you want of it.
Please don't let me go, I feel it, it's taking me, I'm burning up inside,
Now it does sound a bit bonkers. Maybe that's the sound you're going for. But in this case, I don't want that. So I'm going to go with normal. I'm just going to bring that into a reasonable place.
Please don't let me go, I feel it.
That works. Saturation, we know what saturation does, so we're just going to give that just a little bit of dirt to the sound. So we're going to try one of 4 options you've got here. You've got they all sound a little bit different, so I'll just run through them very quickly.
Please don't let me go, I feel it, it's taking me, I'm burning up inside,
I like that. We'll go with that. And then the glue, it's basically compression. So it's compressing that doubled voice. And I always like a little bit of this because it really helps to just sit it in there quite nicely.
Please don't let me go, I feel it, it's taking me, I'm burning up inside, I'm paralyzed.
Lovely. And then last but not least, you've got a little bit of delay and a little bit of reverb as well. Now, bear in mind, when you put especially the reverb in there, it does tend to wash out that double track a little bit. It can be a good thing because it can make it a little bit more subtle and it can just add to the space. But sometimes when you use a bit too much of that, it does take away from the actual double effect which you're going for. So in this case, I kind of want that double effect, but I'm going to show you what it sounds like anyway, so you hear what it can do.
Please don't let me go, I feel it, it's taking me, I'm burning up inside, I'm paralyzed to think.
So it's pretty cool, and it's very simple. You've got 4 different reverbs that you can use. You can just adjust how much you want of it, and then the actual decay, so how long that's reverb's actually going to go on for. What I really like about it is it's nice and simple, and you can just throw in the reverb, see if you like it. You can try different sounds, see if you like it. If you don't, you pull it out and you move on and you just go about your day as you were. So not too many options, which is a really cool thing. And then also with delay, you've just got a few different options here, either 1/8 note or 1/4 note, and then a slap as well. This is really cool because again, it just helps you kind of sit the vocal in the space. So let's have a little play with some of that.
Please don't let me go, I feel it, it's taking me, I'm burning up inside, I'm paralyzed to think. Please don't let me go, I feel it, it's taking me, I'm burning up inside, I'm paralyzed paralyzed to think.
You can get some really crazy stuff with it if you really want to. But as I've said, what I'm going for with this is to actually create a bit of a double and to get a little bit of space around that vocal. If you are liking this video, please do me a favor and hit the old like and subscribe. It does really good things for the channel, and it does things for the algorithm and all that sort of stuff, which I guess makes a difference and helps me out. But thank you very much. I will give you some free stuff though if you sign up to the mailing list. So go to the mailing list below. I'll send you an EQ cheat sheet as well as some one shots that you can use in your mixes. So there you go, it's all for free. Thanks. So let's have a listen to a little bit of a before and after and just see how it helps to sit things in the mix. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with it off, bring it in as we go along, and then I'll show you in the context of a mix as well. Okay, so just remember, this is just one vocal. There are no other vocals going on in this. This is purely just the effect that is creating.
Please don't let me go, I feel it. It's taking me, I'm burning up inside, I'm paralyzed. Please don't let me go, I feel it. It's taking me, I'm burning up inside, I'm paralyzed to think. Please don't let me go, I feel it. It's taking me, I'm burning up inside, I'm paralyzed to think.
That's really, really nice. And the thing I like about this plugin is it's really, really simple to use, and it's really, really fast. You can literally just throw it on, whether you put that on an aux or if you put it directly on the channel itself. It's really fast to just start messing around with the knobs and quickly get to a usable sound. Particularly good if you're in the middle of a session and you just want to get the vocal to a more processed, a more finished state so your client is happy. Or if you're mixing and you need to create a double of a vocal because it's just not strong enough, or it's just a little bit too thin and dry in there, or if you just want to try out some different effects and make that vocal sit just right in the mix, it's all just in there and you can just play around with it really, really quickly. So yeah, I think for me this is an absolute winner, and already I've been using it in different mixes and it's been doing a fantastic job. So well done, JST. I think you have absolutely killed it once again. Cheers.